Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Brian Tan here with another edition of Tan Talks. And with me, as she has been the last few weeks, we're talking Book of Boba Fett, Katie Salidas. Katie?
We did it again.
Yeah, once again, Boba Fett cannot be in his own show. He just can't. I was able to sort of explain it away last time, but now you're doing it again, and you're not even just basically being phased out of your own show, but you're being phased out of your own show by not only the guy whose show was before yours, but by a CGI Luke Skywalker.
Hey, they did better with the deep fake this time.
Yeah, it looks better. It does look better. And we also and then on top of it all, then we got Ahsoka Tano as well. So
that was a nice surprise. I did like seeing her.
I've always got time for Rosario Dawson.
But let's start from the beginning, because
so
there's so much to unpack in this episode.
There really is. Mando, he's going to deliver his present to Grogu.
How does he find the planet?
I don't know. I guess
they kind of yada-yada'd over that one.
Yeah, they yada-yada'd over that. I mean, because I wouldn't think that Luke would tell him where he's taking him. I really don't think he would.
They're supposed to be separate.
Right. But somehow he finds his way.
Uh-huh.
And he runs into he runs into R2. As soon as I saw R2, I'm like, oh, again.
But R2.
I mean, I love R2, but my whole thing is that when you're doing these shows, you're supposed to be distancing yourselves from the original trilogy. You're supposed to be distancing yourselves.
No,
and you're not doing it.
Tying the two sides together.
I mean, yeah, but I just it's getting. Why do you have to rely so much on the movies? Stop relying on the movies. The Mandalorian is amazing on its own. And now we only got one Luke Skywalkerism there. Thank God. But Book of Boba Fett, I was expecting so much more. And this show is now, it's defaulting on every other Star Wars property to try to make it relevant. Maybe that's what's bothering me, is that it's defaulting to The Mandalorian, it's defaulting to the original trilogy for relevance.
As much as I'm not as pleased with this episode as I would like to be, I still got to trust the process. We know Dave Filoni and we know Jon Favreau. We know those two are huge Star Wars fans.
Yes.
We know that they are old school Star Wars fans.
Yes.
So they are pulling from like Legends material that is no longer technically canon and trying to recanonize it, mixing it in with what was done with everything after the prequel trilogy, into the cartoons and into the sequel trilogy. So they're taking a huge undertaking, trying to find ways to tie it all together and to recanonize some of that stuff from Legends. So yeah, sometimes it feels like they're leaning too hard, but I can see why they're doing it, and I'm trying to trust the process as much as possible, because I know that they are true Star Wars fans, and they want to do right by the fandom and give us what we want. So I'm giving them a lot of leeway in this.
This episode is also just showing that Luke hasn't learned anything.
Yeah.
Luke has learned absolutely nothing from the failings of the Jedi Council. And Ahsoka who's, even though she's here for a brief moment, someone who has lived the failure of the old Jedi Council. And she is not even remotely teaching Luke at all about what worked and what didn't. And is it because she doesn't want to, or is Luke not asking? And if she's just holding on to the knowledge because she doesn't think Luke is going to accept it, you still got to try. And I'm sorry. And I mean, all right, yeah. And I've said this for like the fourth time now. I'm bouncing back and forth. But I really feel like we got to touch on it. The choice, the ultimatum. How does Luke really, didn't Obi-Wan say that only a Sith deals in absolutes? Isn't that what's been sort of preached in Star Wars fandom
But yet the Jedis were absolutists.
Right. So it's like, so how dare you look at another group that does things differently than you and call them absolutists, but you're doing the same thing. And then Luke, you are doing exactly what they did. And shame on you, Ahsoka, because She just was like, follow your heart. Like, dude, no.
Well, we know Ahsoka is like, peace out, Jedis. I'm not part of you guys anymore. She left long time ago after she was screwed over by the Jedi Council not having her back, not trusting her.
And for those of you that missed that, you definitely want to go, if you got Disney Plus, get your Disney Plus out and head on and start watching the Clone Wars series. This episode is really just, things are not moving nice and smoothly.
It's setting the failure up in the sequel trilogy is what
it is. It's setting
the failure up because Luke is going to follow the same failed teachings. And he's got the Force Ghost people behind him. You don't see him now, but you've got Yoda, you've got Obi-Wan, you've got Anakin in Force Ghost probably telling him what to do and feeding him the Jedi way. So maybe that's why Ahsoka never said anything.
Maybe.
But by following in that same path and by doing the same thing that failed before with less Jedi and less resources to continue this, he's setting himself up for failure, which is really disheartening to watch because there's no hope in watching any of these scenes because you know where it's ultimately going to end.
Right. Absolutely. And it hurts to see it because it's like, well, we've seen what's going to happen, 15, 20 years later. Like, you're wasting your time. But
the question mark, though, is what happens to Grogu. And honestly, giving him that choice at the end was the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
That was horrible. That you want to talk about bad decision making. Where's Leia to tell him, yeah, that's a bad move, dude?
Well, Leia's off and doing politics.
They showed that in the sequel trilogy as well, where she trained for a little while and then before she could become a full-fledged Jedi, she dipped to do politics.
So Ahsoka basically tells Mando, "You can't be here. I'll give your gift over," which we knew was going to be the chainmail, which is beautiful. Yep. I love it.
It was so cute. Oh, I wonder how long he's going to have to grow into that, though.
I don't know, but it would be adorable. I can't wait to see it on him because he's taking it.
Oh, absolutely.
Showing the lightsaber. Yes, he did the ooh ah eyes. He's going after the gift from Din.
Oh, he absolutely is. He absolutely is.
The heart-wrenching thing was watching the Mandalorian making the decision to walk away.
Because he thinks he's doing what's best for him. And once again, this just shows that the Jedi are not the good guys.
And to watch, his ship fly away and Grogu knew it was him.
Oh, yeah.
A little reaching the hand out there. Oh, so sad.
But it was real cute watching him train, though. I mean, he's a little badass.
Okay, it was cute, but the lead into him being cute was horrible. With Luke not even getting confirmation. It's like, here, let me help you remember your trauma.
Why don't you just see the most horrible event of your life? Just watch it. Ready?
What does he do right afterwards? He's like, here, let's play with the little blaster trainer. And lets it shoot him without warning him. Oh, I wanted to reach through the TV and smack Luke upside his head for that one. Like,
that's just not acceptable.
Like the equivalent of a 2-year-old.
It's not acceptable. Just because he's older than you, Luke, doesn't mean that that's okay.
And yes, he did hold his own. It took a little blaster to the side before he got up, but he wasn't even a really good teacher either.
He's a horrible teacher.
Barking out orders, not even showing, not giving any kind of guidance or instructions of any kind. Just, hey, look, play with this. Bzz, ah. I love Luke in the original trilogy. I loved the character, but in the effort that they're making to try and bridge the gap, they're just ruining his character.
They really are. They're making him such an unlikable figure. So let's go to something else that we sort of disagreed on this a little bit.
Okay.
I was pumped about Cad Bane showing up. You weren't impressed. You weren't that impressed.
I know he's a favorite. I never really liked Cad Bane all that much. And it was yeah, I know. Cat's out of the bag. He wasn't a favorite of mine. It was cool seeing how they interpreted him into live action. I did like the whole Wild West shootout at the OK Corral, and he blasted the deputy 4 or 5 times.
Oh, he just
but Cobb only got shot in the shoulder. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Which is good. Well, you know what? You knew that was going to happen because you don't bring out Timothy Olyphant and just kill him off.
No.
Nah, that dude is around.
We skipped over the opening scene where he was basically single-handedly taking on the 4 Pike guys. And he's like, think it through, guys. think it through.
And he didn't even like miss a beat. He just took him out like it was nothing.
See, and that was the setup for his face-off with Cad Bane. Because
yes, it was, because if he doesn't do that, they don't hire Cad Bane to go see him.
Yes. And it was cool, again, to see the scene play out, but it was kind of like, all right, it felt like they were just throwing in as many Clone Wars characters as they could. So I don't know how I don't know if it was just cameo or if we're going to actually see Cad Bane in action, because he is pretty resourceful.
Cad Bane is going to be involved. And if the Jedi didn't take him out during the height of their powers, I'm sorry, Boba Fett and Din Djarin aren't going to take him out.
Dude is geriatric now. His lifespan's about the same as a human's.
We don't know what sort of enhancements he has.
All right.
And once again, and I'm going to say this again, 2 straight episodes now where the namesake of the show is barely involved. He wasn't in the week before's episode. He wasn't in it at all, except for previously on Book of Boba Fett. And then he was there for like 30 seconds and gone again.
Yeah, he's got to show up in this one. And okay, so let's make our predictions, because at the beginning of our review of this series, we talked about he started with 1 person on his side. How many people does he have on his side now?
Let's see. So he has Fennec Shan. He has the Swoop Bike Gang, Preston, Din Djarin. He's gonna have the Marshal and his people. So he has a town, clearly, and he's gonna have a Force user. I think Grogu is gonna show. Grogu's gonna show up, and he's gonna be that deciding factor. I think
this would redeem. If this plays out, this would redeem Luke for me. Obviously, Grogu is choosing the chainmail.
Yeah.
Luke's going to have to deliver him back to his father, Din Djarin. He's going to show up to Tatooine, his home, where he grew up, and he's going to see the place going to hell. And he's going to see that Boba Fett is actually fighting on the right side this time.
Oh, I like where you're going with this.
I think, and this would redeem him if he does this, he lends a hand. Din still has to learn how to use the Darksaber. I thought we were getting that in this last episode. I thought him showing up was the perfect opportunity for Luke to show him how to properly use the lightsaber, or the Darksaber, because he's gonna need that in the upcoming battle. Without getting any training, are we gonna just have him slicing and dicing his own leg again when he's trying to fight? Or are we going to see somebody who knows what they're doing come in and show him what to do before it's necessary to use?
Or what if it's Ahsoka that shows up?
Either way.
If either one of them do it, it's going to... Well, if either one of them does it, it's going to redeem them both in my mind. Because Ahsoka is letting Luke be an asshole. Luke is being an asshole. So yeah, they got to do something to make it better. And then of course I got to wonder, and I'm sorry, I'm going to be the jerk when I say it. How much of Boba Fett are we even going to see? Because this is 2 episodes now where he has had 0 place in his own series.
Depends on what kind of leader he's going to be. Is he going to be the kind of general that is on the front lines with his troops, or is he going to be the kind of general that's in the back ordering his troops to go in? We need to see the badass, and we need to see the hood or the helmet on.
And we need to see him getting it done. Yeah.
We've said that since the beginning. And I really hope they don't pull the rug out from under us and set up this big battle only to have it next time on the Book of Boba Fett.
I will not watch Book of Boba Fett.
I have a feeling
I will wait for the Mandalorian.
They didn't give enough episodes to truly build out what I think they're trying to do.
I'm really, really, really trying to trust Favreau and company on this.
I'm hoping they do right by us. I don't want more fan service. I want to see the story that we were promised.
Absolutely. I want to see more Boba Fett. I want to see, because this is supposed to be his story, and these last 2 episodes have been anything but. They've been good.
Yeah,
but they're not Boba.
And that's what makes it it makes it so hard to do these reviews, because I want to be critical on the critical parts. But then it sounds like I'm just being a hater. I do genuinely enjoy these shows. I enjoy what they're doing with it. I just think that the pieces aren't lining up exactly as I was hoping. We'll see. Because like I said, I don't like not liking Luke. But right now, I really don't like his character. And I'm hoping that they will redeem him by doing the right thing. We'll see.
Yep, we'll see. This has been another episode of Tan Talks. We will see you next week for the season finale of Book of Boba Fett with Katie Salidas. Take care, everybody.